Tortured is from the front row with Johnathan T. Rokford.
No. There will never be nothing that strange ever again. I don't think anything that strange even that happens in Gotham City. Like the Joker couldn't think of anything that weird. Yeah, well, you know. So, but no, I don't know where that guy went. Hey, what's up, WPA? It's me, Johnathan T. Rokford, here. Because I know you love to hear my voice torture your soul every single week. And as always, we're going to start off with the Game Changer Championship that went on forever at the Brotherhood of Blaze, that ended in the most anticlimactic way. I mean, literally, it went on so long that Johnny Rocco just was tired of doing it and just chucked the deuces and left. Not before him and Bobby Blaze engaged in a round best 2 out of 3 paper, rock, scissors that Blaze won 2 moves to 1. And if that wasn't bad enough, when he did turn his attention to Jalen Masters, Jay decided to suggest, hey, let's go Nick Gage style. And Johnny Rocco was still there and decided to go ahead and hit Jalen Masters with a fluorescent light bulb, which helped Bobby Blaze knock him out with a mallet and then get the pin. I swear, guys, whether Johnny's involved in the fight or not, he will find a way to make an impact. The weirdest part was Johnny and Bobby jumped in the car and left Jay laying there. Like they didn't give a shit. Told him to find his own way to the arena. Which is where we went to watch the actual matches that occurred as the Emperor 2K Anomaly and Little Dicky kicked off the night in a match. And folks, I'm telling you, all the matches were just close. Like anybody could have won. It could have been a coin flip. But in our first match, Emperor 2K Anomaly was able to defeat Little Dicky the Spot. Yeah, that's right. The Emperor won. But it was against a newcomer who hasn't won a match to my record yet. Because I'm still calling him Little Dicky. So he must not have did anything impressive yet. In our second matchup, Lady Assassin took on the Thai villain and handed him a defeat. Folks, if he concentrated as much on his wrestling as he did on questions, he'd probably win a match or 2 consecutively. In our third matchup, we had Captain Chaos taking on the Enforcer. And this is a good match, folks. As you know, the Enforcer is still ticked off at the Darkstalker for abandoning him during Tag Team Turmoil. And he's been calling him out. Not the wisest thing to do, but nevertheless, he's been calling him out. He's been kind of trying to get under the Darkstalker's skin. And it must have worked because as Captain Chaos and the Enforcer were engaged in their match, the Darkstalker appeared ringside and distracted the Enforcer, allowing Captain Chaos to roll him up and pin him. Now, of course, once the Enforcer got even mad about that, and once he got up to go and confront the Darkstalker, he was gone. Yes, folks. Now you see him, now you don't. So Captain Chaos defeats the Enforcer via schoolboy roll-up, which I swear is probably one of the most embarrassing ways to get pinned. In our next match, Bobby Blaze, fresh off of a game-changer win that went on forever, was able to defeat El Hijo de COVID. Now after the match, he challenged Pierre Saint Damien to a match. And he said it would be a lucha libre style match. But he would wait until Pierre was finished. Because after all, Pierre did have a title match to contend with. He wanted to make sure he had no excuses. So on to our next match, we had the Beast taking on Shepherd Bane and hitting the Beast Bomb and picking up the win. Our next match was I don't know if it was a shocker or not. You know, the Lumberjack has been kind of hot lately, and he was able to defeat a less than energetic Johnny Rocco, who just seemed to just lay there and give up after a while. He was just tired. Just a marathon game changer title. He had no more energy left. And he veered on the side of caution. So the Lumberjack was able to pick up a win. I would enjoy that if I was you, Lumberjack, because that won't happen too often dealing with Johnny Rocco. In our next match, the Essential Jalen Masters finally was able to find a ride to the arena, and he took on his opponent, Texas Hate You. And he had a little bit of energy and was able to defeat him. I swear that guy had to be kind of pissed off. You know, first your hero loses to a guy from Long Island. Then he loses to some old man. And then you lose via ways that your guy is known to use. I guess that's what happens when you're MDK all day except for Wednesday. In our next match, we had the Professor taking on Needles Kane and defeat him. This was the only match that was kind of a dominating fashion, folks, as the Professor just dominated Needles Kane. And if I was Needles Kane, I'd be kind of embarrassed being dominated by the Professor, especially right now. Now we had the Brass Hole and Johnny the Body, who's, I'm sorry, folks, there's a part of me that feels really bad for Johnny the Body. You know, he gets kicked out of his faction, you know, gets beat down by them afterwards. I feel so bad for him. Not really. But he loses. No, actually, no. He fought to a draw. He finally found somebody that didn't whip his ass, as the Brass Hole and Johnny the Body fought to a draw. Yeah. Now, we had another match. It was supposed to be Martel taking on Rocky Creeks. And unfortunately, we lost track of what was happening because there was an argument going on in the back that we had to go tend to. And it seemed to be, you know, between the next match that was coming up, the tag team, they started fighting in the back. So they brought him out to the ring to get started. And folks, it was High Voltage versus the Killer Goons. Bobby Buttercream and Ark versus Big Mel and Money MF Mike. It was a hard-fought match, folks. But in the end, Bobby Buttercream was able to pin Money MF Mike and pick up the win for his team. Welcome to WPA, Money MF Mike. You see why we don't really take the Killer Goons that serious. as they pick up another loss, folks. I swear these guys, man. I don't know how you guys are killers. I mean, are you killers because you like adding L's to the word kill? You're gonna be killer goons by the time you finish picking up all these L's. I mean, geez, what, just last week? Didn't you guys lose it? I mean, let me see. Check the list. Yeah, you guys just lost a trios match last week. And this is what you show the new guy. This is what you do. I think you guys should Money MF Mike, you should get used to this. It seems to be the trend. I'm starting to think it wasn't Johnny the Body. Nope. I think he was just a scapegoat. WPA, you know what we need to have happen? We need to have a match. Johnny the Body versus Big Mel. And let's see who wins that match. That'd be an interesting match. In number one contender match for the TV title, we had Casper 2779 of the Killer Goons taking on Money. Money, what's going on? Really? Are you okay? There's people you can talk to. Because you're not doing so hot. But we have a new number one contender. Casper 2779 will be going for the TV title. And maybe he'll be like his partner, his faction member, Big Mel, and win a TV title. I don't think he's won a singles title yet. Mostly been tag teams. 6 trio matches. So this would be a good chance for you. Hopefully you don't do like the Central Jailer Masters. Because he can't win a singles title. Game Changer doesn't count, buddy. It's non-sanctioned. You haven't won an official singles title yet. I know he's going to get mad I said his name. I don't care. He doesn't know where we are. Now, in a special challenge non-title match, the WPA champion, Jermaine Walker, took on some guy named DC Richardson. No, I don't know what the DC stands for, man. I don't know. Stand for this chump? I don't know. This communist? I don't know. But fresh up from the indies, apparently, they call him that indie guy. And if you've been watching the WPA page, there's been a lot of back and forth between the guys. As a matter of fact, yeah, DC tried to goad Jermaine into a championship match at SummerSlam. He must not have been watching the page to know that there's already contenders for that title slated for SummerSlam. It would either be Johnny Rocco or Big Mel. If Big Mel has the balls to go for SummerSlam, which I don't think he really does. I don't know, that last match when I saw him with Johnny, it looked like he was trying not to pick up the pin. Like he wanted Johnny to pin the Enforcer so that he didn't have to go against Jermaine first. I think he's scared of Jermaine. Yeah. But hey, to each his own. But Jermaine Walker was able to defeat DC Richardson. Which begs the question. You challenge somebody for a belt somewhere down the line, but you can't even beat him in a regular match. Crazy. I mean, you're probably more sour at this point than these sour jacks that I got here. They're watermelon flavored, by the way. In championship action, we had the triple threat championship on the line. We had Flash versus Supreme Knight and Nergahante in what has been a common theme. And folks, if you notice, it's the first time I said triple threat. But, as always with these triple threat matches, somebody doesn't show up to work. This time it was Nergahante. So, Flash took on Supreme Knight, the reigning champ. So thank God the champ showed up. But he got defeated by Flash. So we have a new triple threat champion. Flash of High Voltage. Congratulations, Flash. Let's see if you can hold on to it. In a TV title match, we had Robert Isaiah Saleh challenging the Wraith for the right to be the TV champ. And folks, if you haven't been watching Robert, he's been kind of hot lately. And he continued the hot streak, becoming the new TV champ. Folks, that's right. We got 2 title changes in 1 week. Go figure. You never know what's going to happen in WPA. In our main event, we had the Darkstalker taking on Pierre St. Damien. And Pierre must have been thinking about that Game Changer title. I don't know why. It was coming. But the Darkstalker was able to pick up the win over Pierre St. Damien when I thought it was Bobby Blaze. But he had a mask on. And he had a shirt and it said coronavirus on it. It was a luchador. Lucha guy. What do you call them? Luchadors? Yeah. And he kept calling for Roberto del Fuego. I have no idea who that was, folks. But he had a piñata with him in the shape of the Game Changer title. And as soon as the bell rang, we lost track of where Pierre went. But in the ring was another guy with a mask on. So I'm assuming that was Roberto. And they started, folks, another Game Changer title match. It was Coronavirus versus Roberto del Fuego on a piñata on a pole match. And like I said, folks, the title was inside the piñata. And folks, luckily at that point, most of the kids in the crowd had left because the match was over. Granted, the match was over very quickly, but it was over when multiple luchadors showed up in robes. And folks, I'm going to be scarred for life for this. They derobed. They took the robes off and they had on no clothes underneath. Just socks covering their private areas. That in itself distracted Roberto del Fuego, allowing Coronavirus to get up the pole and get the piñata and break it open and claim the Game Changer title. After the match, all the luchadors took their mask off. And it was, of course, it was Pierre St. Damien and Bobby Blaze. But the ones around the ring took their mask off, and it was more Bobby Blazes. So we had an arena full of Bobbies. Not making this up, folks. There's nothing in this. This is straight brisk. Fruit punch flavor. Thank you very much. I never want to see naked luchadors again. But that's all we have, folks. Like I said, it was a crazy night. A weird night. A night that the Wraith could be heard calling whack as he went up, as he was backstage. you know, I don't make the matches, folks. I just report them. As always, have a safe weekend. Don't drink and drive. Hug your loved ones. Call that friend you haven't talked to in a while. See how they're doing. And take care of yourself, because mental self-care is very important. I'll see you later, guys. Deuces. Yeah. I don't know who made these matches. They were kind of rough. Oh, this week has been horrible. Oh, man. What? I don't know. The bookers are idiots anyway.